Hey there, if you or someone you love is a veteran who's been diagnosed with ALS, this is for you. We're going to break down the whole support system the VA has in place step by step. My goal here is to give you a really clear, direct guide to the benefits you've absolutely earned. So let's get into it. We have to start with this really important and frankly startling question. Research has shown over and over again that military veterans get ALS at about double the rate of everyone else. Now, the exact why is still being studied, but this statistic, this is the whole reason the VA's support system is so robust and so critical. And that fact leads us right to the heart of how the VA handles this. You can think of it as a fundamental promise they've made to every person who has served this country. Now, at the core of that promise is this one incredibly powerful rule: presumptive service connected. Honestly, this is the key that unlocks everything else we're going to talk about. What it means is the VA removes that huge burden of proof from your shoulders. You don't have to prove your ALS is from your time in the military. As long as you served at least 90 days of active duty, they just presume it is. It is an absolute game changer.
So here's our game plan for this explainer. We'll kick things off with the financial support, which is often the most immediate need. Then we'll get into the amazing medical care you'll get. After that, we'll cover support for just, daily life, planning for the future, and then, the most important part, the practical steps to get the ball rolling.
All right, let's start with what is usually the biggest, most immediate worry for any family that gets a diagnosis like this: financial stability. The VA has several layers of really powerful financial support set up.
So, remember that presumptive condition we just talked about? Well, because of that, a veteran with an ALS diagnosis automatically gets a 100% disability rating. That's the highest level there is. It provides a solid financial foundation right from day one.
So what does 100% actually look like? Well, it means a base monthly payment, completely tax-free, of over $3,700. And that's just the start. That number goes up if you have dependents, like a spouse, kids, or even dependent parents. But it doesn't even stop there. As ALS progresses, a lot of veterans also qualify for something called Special Monthly Compensation, or SMC. Think of it as an extra tax-free payment for folks who need help with daily activities, things like getting around or even communicating. It's designed specifically to help cover the costs of that higher level of care. Now get this. When you combine that 100% disability pay with the highest levels of special monthly compensation, the total monthly support can actually go north of $10,000. That kind of funding is, it's life-changing. It gives families the resources they need for things like in-home care and lets them focus on what really matters. Okay, so beyond the financial stuff, the VA provides one of the most comprehensive healthcare systems you can find. This is all about having a full team of experts in your corner for the whole journey. Once you're enrolled in the VA system as a veteran with ALS, you're immediately placed in what's called Priority Group 1. That is the highest possible tier. It basically means you get front-of-the-line access to care, to specialists, to medications, and for the most part, you won't be paying any copays for your ALS-related treatments. It's a huge benefit. A really cool part of this is the VA's team approach. At their specialized ALS clinics, you don't just see one doctor and then get sent somewhere else. No, you meet with a whole team: neurologists, respiratory therapists, physical therapists, social workers, you name it, all in one place, all collaborating on your care plan. It's truly coordinated, holistic care. And that care includes all the crucial equipment you might need. The VA provides all kinds of assistive technology, usually at little to no cost. We're talking about power wheelchairs, hospital beds, and even those really advanced speech-generating devices that help you stay connected with your loved ones and the world. So we've got the financial and medical support covered. Now, let's talk about the programs that are designed to help with the day-to-day challenges, really focusing on keeping you independent and comfortable right in your own home for as long as possible. A huge piece of this puzzle is the Specially Adapted Housing Program. The VA gives out some pretty significant grants that you can use to modify your house. This could be anything from installing a wheelchair ramp to widening all your doorways or creating a roll-in shower. These kinds of adaptations are just vital for safety and can make all the difference in allowing a veteran to stay at home. The VA also completely gets that ALS impacts the entire family, and that's why their caregiver support program is so incredibly important. It gives a monthly tax-free stipend to the family caregiver, offers them access to health insurance, and maybe most importantly, provides respite care to give them a much-needed break. So you see, the VA isn't just caring for the veteran, they're supporting the people who are doing the caring. And there's even more practical help. Things like home-based primary care, where medical pros actually come to you so you don't have to travel as much. The VA also helps with transportation cost, reimbursing you for travel to your appointments, and even giving grants to help buy an adapted vehicle. The VA support system is also designed to provide some long-term peace of mind. So this next part is about planning for the future and making sure your family is looked after, no matter what happens down the road. If the time comes when more intensive or round-the-clock care is needed, the VA has a number of different options. These include VA-run nursing homes, which they call community living centers, as well as approved nursing homes out in the community and state veterans' homes. And of course, full hospice and palliative care services are available to focus on comfort and dignity. And that VA promise, it extends to your family's future, too. An eligible surviving spouse and your kids can receive a monthly tax-free payment. It's called Dependency and Indemnity Compensation, or DIC. And to honor your service, the VA provides full burial and memorial benefits, which includes a plot and a national cemetery. Whew! Okay, we have covered a tremendous amount of information. So let's wrap this up with the most critical piece. How do you actually access all these benefits? The single most important thing is to apply as soon as you can after a diagnosis. You want to get that system working for you right away. The whole process really boils down to 3 pretty simple steps. First, you gather your documents. You'll need your medical records that confirm the ALS diagnosis and your proof of service, like your DD-214. Second, you submit the claim. You can do this online, at a VA office, or with help. And third, and please listen to this part, get free assistance. Groups like the DAV have trained professionals who will walk you through the entire thing for free. You do not have to figure this out on your own. And that really brings us to the whole point of all of this. This entire system, every piece of it, from the money, to the medical care, to the caregiver help, to the housing grants, it was all built for one reason. It exists to honor your service and to give you and your family unwavering support, dignity, and care through every single stage of this journey. The question is never whether you've earned this. You have. The only question is how to make sure you receive it.